Well, hello, friends. I'm going to do and dive into yet another case in the store of jewelry. So a lot of really beautiful Native American and Navajo inspired and Native American inspired vintage. There's a whole collection of beautiful pieces. We're going to jump into kind of that warm green tones, green and brown, kind of in a lot of it's in the Royston realm, but I'm not going to say that the whole case is. It's certainly not. But this is probably one of my favorite cases to pull from. I have done many shoots, photo shoots. You see a lot of photography that's been done over the last months, maybe even the last year, and with a lot of these pieces that are indeed featured. So some of it is vintage, and I'll try and identify that as we go. We're going to do 15%, that's 15% off of the retail prices. I'm not going to calculate it, and this is kind of a conversation I can have with any of you who are interested in pieces over yet tonight and tomorrow when I'm back in the store tomorrow. So if there's any pieces you're interested in, take a snap of it as I'm doing the perusal of the case, and then we will go from there. All right. So to start out with, I'm going to just show you a great cross and turquoise piece. Bear with me while I adjust a little bit of lighting here. Sometimes till I get going, I can't tell. That's a little bit better. So this is a cross turquoise piece. It's an adjustable bracelet. Gorgeous weight to it. I know I've got a bracelet on. It has a really nice feel to it. And this piece has a green and brown matrix. Very likely could be Royston. I won't say that it is, but it's in that green and brown matrix. Really beautiful. And this one retails for $550, so it'll be 15% off of that, right around $75 to $80 off. I'm going to leave that piece on. It's a beautiful piece. And then I'm going to show you the earring, which is gorgeous. Has a lot of dark brown matrix. It's a double hung. And it's a post earring, really a beautiful and not real heavy. It's heavier, but they don't feel heavy on my ears. And these sell for $950. It's a 2-tier earring, and again, it would be 15% off, for roughly around $145-ish off. All right, next, let's show the pendant that is really nicely compatible with this piece. I bought it from the same vendor. It is a gorgeous piece as well. It's $499. It'll be about $75 off at the 15% off of the regular price, and really a nicely weighted. It's going to accommodate about a 10 millimeter pearl or a necklace or chain or whatever it is that you might want to put it with, and look how nicely it dances even in the middle of a bigger piece. So you could go choker length, mid-length, and probably even down into here. It would still have a lot of strength because it's a pretty powerful piece, pretty powerful pendant. Really love that piece. This is a newer piece that I just acquired recently, and I believe this one is vintage. It's got, I want you to see the pearls on it. They're all hand done, hand fused, really gorgeous finish and edge to them. And it is a Royston 5-stone neck piece, and it is 21 inches long. So it's going to fit, right in that beautiful spot here. And so just a really gorgeous piece. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shift a little bit here because I do want to try on some of these neck pieces so you can see the power of them. And I was going to end with this piece, so I'll just loop this off, which is a great vintage piece, and we'll come back to that piece at the end. But I do want you to see how this lays and how beautiful it is on. And there's a bunch of them in this collection. This is, as I said, it's one of my favorite cases. And I just felt like tonight might be the time to jump into this one. Okay. There we go. And so just a really, nice length at that 22 inches. There's no reason that it couldn't be taken up to here and even up to here. And I can make that modification as long as it's shorter. And then you have extra pearls that we could put into an earring. So there's quite a bit of play in this, but this is a really nice length to begin with. The other thing you can do, and I do this cheat every once in a while, thank you for all the hearts, we love that, is that you can take and crisscross So it's kind of this a bit of an effect. It's a cheat on length. So you can always make an extender and do it longer, right? But if you want to go shorter, on occasion, I will take a piece of leather in the back. My hair's longer, so it'll cover it. And I'll just do this, and I'll tie a little bit of a leather around it. You can take a bread wrapper. I had a really good friend who is a dealer, and I go, you know, what do you do with all your chains? She goes, I use a bread wrapper. And so bread wrappers in play too. It's easy to twist on and take off. And then that way it gives you versatility in your length. So you can take it up to a 16-inch length, even a choker length if you wanted to, which with the right outfit, if you had like an open neckline, could be really cool, really stunning. So again, play with your pieces in that regard. This particular piece is $1,750, so it's $1,750 in the Royston, and it would be 15% off, so roughly 250-ish in that realm. We can do the math, and I can get you exact prices tomorrow, because I won't be taking all of these tags home, but you can just send me a picture and say, quote me the price on that, Paula, and give me your phone number, and I'll call you, or we can text. I'd rather call because I'd rather talk to you. I can explain it a little bit more eloquently if I can chat with you. All right. And then this is a really beautiful piece done with Tommy Singer barrel beads. Now, we redesigned this piece. I had a Tommy Singer piece that we destructured. And so, because I didn't like it, how would I not like a Tommy Singer piece, but I didn't like it. And we took the barrel beads here and we did stacked turquoise that is it's not a cut turquoise. It has a little bit of a raw, uneven edge, which I love. I love the matrix and the colors in all of this. It's really powerful. And then the large 3 nuggets on this. So, and it's got our signature sterling feather. So you've got about a 2-inch adjustable as well. And this one will be 18 to 21 inches. So here it is at the 18 inches. That's a lot of turquoise carat weight. And then flanked by the beautiful Tommy Singer barrel beads. Really, really very clean and nice. Quite lovely. Kind of a piece you can wear with everything. And then, of course, you can get it down to the 21 inch, which is going to put you down in here. So it gives you a lot of versatility. If you want to add an extender to any of these, we carry it's a $50 extender. It's all sterling. Really easy to hook onto the ends of any hook, and you can come down yet another 4 inches. So depending on how you want to wear it, what the outfit is, and then also if you want to layer it with other pieces, I think it gives you a lot of versatility. All right, and that piece is $750, and it is again 15% off of all the pieces that I'm going to show you tonight, or right now. It's kind of tonight here, and we're clear on the West Coast, so you all are well into your almost evening, right? And then this is absolutely, all right, for all my horse friends that are out there, you're going to love this because it has what are called POA spots. Now, anybody who has shown horses in the POA world knows what that is. It's Pony of America. And this reminds me, and any of you know our pony Lottie. Reminds me of Lottie. So kind of hate to part with this, but it is up for sale. And it's a inlaid Appaloosa. POAs are also a smaller breed of Appaloosa. And this is a gorgeous piece. So it could be a men's or a women's bolo. Bolos are really falling into great favor right now. They're different, and it's something, unusual. You've got a lot of play in the length of where it hits because you can go all the way up and do it at the neckline, like right in a shirt collar, if you so chose. A lot of men will wear it right at their shirt collars. Certainly women can too. But what a statement, right? If you're like a horse person, you're going to love this piece. I love this piece. If it stays around for a long time, my mother will probably want this piece or my dad might even. Russ and Anita, where are you? You're going to want the Lottie piece. We're going to call it Lottie, Lotty. That was one of our great show ponies. But at any rate, this one is, again, all inlaid. It's turquoise. And then I'm thinking this is all shell here. And probably this is as well. But the artist did an impeccable job. Yeah, really, really pretty. And so this one and it's got sterling tips too. And then this is all black braided leather. So this one is $2,250, so $2,250. It's an older piece. I have never seen one like it before, probably never will again. And again, we'll be 15% off on all of the pieces that I'm showing you out of the case number 3 tonight. If you've missed any and you're joining us later, make sure to go back and see the opening. There's some great pieces right out of the gate, and you'll want to see all of them. This piece is definitely a vintage ring. It's going to be like a size 10, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a stunning green toned turquoise stone, clean design, older piece. I love that about the older pieces. And it is, do I have a size on here? It's not obvious, but I believe it is, I can get that for you, but I believe it's a 10 or 11. So wood foot, and I have big hands. I have 9s. My ring finger's a 9, and this is big on my middle finger. So maybe 11, maybe even a 12, but a really great statement piece. And how gorgeous would this be on a scarf slide too? So if you can run a scarf through here, tie a knot at the bottom, or you can attach, my scarf slide once in a while, if I think it's gonna slip at all, I will attach a pin to the back and just secure it. So it could be a fun scarf slide as well. Although I think it's really a powerful ring. This one is $950, so you're gonna be roughly $150 off on this piece. This one actually falls more into Golden Hills, and I'm not sure why it's down here, but I'll show it to you since it's right in our pathway here. It's a double layered Golden Hills, which is a little bit more of a blue turquoise, but again, the great matrix, and in a pendant style, so really lovely. You know, anywhere you stack it along here, it could be up into a choker, could be at about a 16 to 17 inch, 20 to 22 right in here. Really nice. It's a great layerable piece, but it also stands on its own quite beautifully. And this piece is $450, so it would be roughly around $72 off. Don't quote me on that, but roughly right in that area. And I want to show you next a little vintage, not little, it's actually a fairly significant size, vintage cuff. I like the clean flat appeal of it. It's got the side feathers, the simple dot. It's a decent sized stone. The sterling on this is actually quite thick. So it's not a wimpy bracelet. It could be adjusted, but it'll take some muscle to adjust it. It's going to fit right now at about a 7 to probably a 7.5. And here it is. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that pretty? Just really clean, very pretty. See it from a distance. It's just a lovely piece. And this one sells for $14.95, so $1,495. And so you're going to be about $225 off on that, roughly. Really pretty. And this piece is a gorgeous sliced turquoise with larger, very larger scale Navajo pearls. And it's one of our great vendors. I love the work that they do. It's just really clean and lovely. If you had a pendant that has a hook on the back, this would be a great piece to do that with, because it's got a little center spot here that would lend itself well to that. Although I love it without as well. I think it's just really a clean piece and very, very nice. And this one is $1,150. So you're going to be around $160, $170 off, just under the $1,000 mark on it. A lot of carat weight in turquoise. And again, it's all that hand cut, sliced turquoise. I don't know who has a tenacity in the, I would love to watch just for a day, or even, yeah, just for a day. I need a day with it. The actual stone cutters, because I think the stone cutters are the brilliant ones at the beginning of the whole process. It's got a really nice hook, and it is 17 inches. It sells for $1,150. And a beautiful piece, beautiful green turquoise. This would be great layered with other things as well, but really stands on its own quite nicely also. Next piece has a little bit of a sway to it and kind of a little bit of a fringe action. It's a gorgeous design, and I'm thinking we did several of these when we did the buy initially, because it's just such a magnificent piece. So it's a lariat type style, and here's the natural length of it. Here it could be at an extender. And then again, the little leather trick that I showed you, where you pop up behind and tie the pearls in the back together, you certainly could bring it up to kind of a choker length. But this, when I talk about in wardrobing, that whole vertical appeal, this is a classic piece that really lends itself beautifully to that. And that vertical, let me just put it on so you can see it naturally. So here you go. So if I was standing, this would accentuate the whole outfit from head to toe. It brings your eye down. And it's really just a lovely, so you take this off, it's kind of cool too, but you add the fringe. And this is all little tiny sterling pearls, many, 10 strands of it, I believe. And then this is a nice, maybe an 8, 9, maybe a 10 millimeter. So really a beautiful, the stone is nice, I agree. Thumbs up on that one. Pretty, pretty, pretty. This one sells for $1,750. And so again, you're around $250, $260 off on that at the 15%. And a lovely signed piece as well. A lot of these are signed. So the Native American hallmarks, they're called, are stamped on the back, written on the back. Sometimes they sign a full name. Sometimes they'll give initials. We actually have a book that identifies the hallmarks and who they are and whether they're where they're located, some of it, whether they're alive, some of them, you know, as their value, and the value of all things when an artist is gone exponentially raises. So some of them it raises a lot. Tommy Singer pieces, a great example. Values go through the roof when you find those great pieces, because he's no longer alive and his family's continuing to do pieces, but his original work is, you know, kind of in a class of its own. So here is a smaller scale. Some people want, in terms of a squash blossom, which is what this is. It's a traditional Native American design with what's called a naja down here, and then the petals and the blossoms up through here. This is a smaller scale one of the smaller pieces that we would do. It's lovely. It really, in this size and scale, becomes kind of an everyday piece for people. It's not heavy. Some of them are heavy, like the first one I had on, I'll pull it back on at the end, is a heavier piece. I don't have any neck issues. I can wear 10 pounds around my neck and it wouldn't bother me. And I know I have friends out there who are watching. Size and scale is not an issue at all. But for someone who wants, or is a little bit more of a minimalist, but wants to kind of dive into that traditional Native American squash blossom look, this is a really lovely piece. And sorry for the light. Some of this is so hard. Anybody who's ever purchased pieces and we ship them will tell you they're so much better in person. No matter how good the video is, the photos are, what it is, it's just always better. So this one, and I want to show you how, if you wanted to extend it, what it would look like as well. So if you extend it, you can be down here. And again, on the shorter idea of tying it up closer, you can be up here. And it could even be a younger person's beginner squash if you're going to start a younger person into these traditional investment pieces. And then you could tie it up in the back and as they grow. I sold a beautiful little squash to a mom and a daughter, and she was 7. And it was a smaller scale squash, but she was beginning her collection on her what would be the bigger pieces. So this one sells for $3,500. It's a gorgeous piece. It is an older piece, and it would be again 15% off, so around under $500 off, but around $450 somewhere in there off on the pricing. All right, this piece I love on a lot of levels. It is, let's see if I can just go. Yeah, that'll work. I'm guessing it's 24 inches. I'll have to look to make sure, but we've got the beautiful sterling pearl Navajo-like or Navajo pearls. And when I say Navajo-like, it doesn't mean it's not a Navajo pearl made by Navajos and strung by Navajos and all that, but it might be a different tribe. And so to represent the culture correctly, I might refer to this kind of a design as Navajo-like or sterling pearls. Most of them and many of what we carry are Navajo pearls, and they're Navajo made or they are Native American made. But for the sake of identifying and keeping it clear and clean, I'll just refer to it sometimes just as a sterling pearl. So here it is with layered sliced turquoise, but it's not perfect shaped, right? They've got a little bit of edge and a little bit different. It's a graduated, so the artist really did a beautiful job of pulling that off. And it's a standalone. It's like a knockdown done, right? You could bring back in very easily and put a pendant right here, which is beautiful, and just do a strand of the pearls, the sterling pearls up here with this necklace. That would be a great way to amplify and add a little bit more character and interest to the piece. But honestly, you know, it stands really pretty. Sorry, I'm eating hair. It stands really pretty on its own. Okay, really lovely. And this one in the single strand is a 28-inch, and it sells for $1,200. So 1,200, and we would be at about 180 off on that. So just over the 1,000 mark on this beautiful strand that would go so many things, because you've got blue and green turquoise in it. Isn't that pretty? There we go. And I see someone commented, Maria, you did on Dan Dodson. We have actually bought some of Dan Dobson's collection from his relatives who inherited pieces out of his estate. And Dan Dodson he was a really great designer, but he was not native. And he did production offshore, but he had a really impeccable eye for color and design. He was really talented and greatly missed. We lost him in the COVID mess that happened, but a great, great designer. All right, well, you would have to know this falls into one of my favorites, right? When I said this case is a favorite, kind of all of them have been, but this one is just like wow and then wow again. So it is done with pearls that are more of a, what do I want to say on this? Lost the word. A flattened pearl, but a disc pearl. And a real, again, clean. I'm obsessed with clean lines. I love that. Some things I like over adorned, but by long and far, really the pieces that are traditional and timeless and classic, I'm drawn to that just because I think they're such solid investment pieces. So this one is flat out gorgeous. Whether you're going to, you know, again, layer something up in here. This isn't the piece I would layer here, though. I would do how the horse would do. Let's just see. Nope, not that piece either. Oh, I have one that might work. Maybe something like that. Color is not quite consistent, but I just want to give you the idea that you can put a pendant up in here and fill it in, and it has a really great appeal and look as well. But this is beautiful. It's heavier. These disc pearls are very sterling-centric, and you can feel it. You know you've got a fabulous carat weight of stones on, as well as the sterling itself. And this piece sells for $6,500. We are 15% off on it, so it's around 1,000 off on it, and just a gorgeous piece. Again, for the right outfit, and depending on what you have on, and if your hair is down, I would take a little leather fringe piece and tie it in the back and bring it up into a little bit more of a choker. But I probably would never shorten this one because I love it here as well. It's just like classically wow. All right. A favorite. I should have my little gram weight. If you're interested in gram weight on that and you want to know how much, what the weight is, I'll be happy to get that for you as well. Okay, speaking of gram weight, this is a little cuff we acquired recently. Well, there's nothing little about this cuff. Not at all. I better go this cuff, this side. So right now it's currently adjusted to probably a size 7.5 wrist. I'm not going to pull it in to fit mine because I actually like it on a bigger wrist. My wrist is a little bit slight. It could work, but I prefer a size 7 wrist on this particular cuff. I know, right? That is an incredible stone. The design is perfect for it. I believe it's like 5 inches by 1.5 to 2. The cuff itself is designed nicely. It will hold the rocking of it, so you don't want a stone like this to rock, which it is in my hand. So when it fits properly, it's just going to ride right with you. So there it is, fitting tight and really beautiful. That's a statement piece. That's one that was like, when I found it, I was like, yeah, wow, okay, yeah. Not even quietly wow, wow. Boldly wow. I want you to see that up close. And this piece is $2,750, so $2,750. Again, it'll be 15% off, so around $420, $430 off. So in the low 22, 2,300 around there. And it is heavy. It's got some carat weight. Not bad though, to where, so when I say it's heavy, there's some that are heavier. This is a weight that's going to ride on your wrist when the fit on the cuff part is right. It'll ride perfectly. It's not going to be too heavy that overwhelms your wrist. So I think that that's going to be a really fun one for somebody. Good thing it's too big for me because I love big stones. I do. Okay, I jumped this one in earlier and I shouldn't have done that because it didn't exactly lay perfectly with that other necklace. But I love this choker piece with the graduated sterling pearls and then this beautiful pendant piece here, which is, I want to say it's a Royston stone, but I'm not sure. But it has the, the turquoise, the green turquoise, and the brown matrix. But I think this is really just such an easy piece to wear. It's an elegant piece to wear. Would be really beautiful with a V-neck where this is on the skin. I think it would be lovely. And if you happen to have green or blue eyes, that might really be kicker. And also, this one has just been a staple in our marketing campaigns because I did an extensive photo shoot with it. And if I ever sell it, I will be missing it in the collection because I love to use it. And this is a 5-stone, gorgeous piece. And this actually could be worn with it, of the same stone set, same stone design. It actually was the earrings that went with this, but the earrings were so heavy, I finally just said, that's it, I'm done. And I went ahead and redesigned it and put it into the choker, which I like it much better there. But this piece is a standout. I mean, there's no way around it that it isn't just clean, gorgeous, beautiful stones, beautiful weight, really a powerful piece. It's going to hold its own, anything you wear it with. And again, this is you can shorten it. It is a chain, so you can bring it all the way up into here, again, as a choker. And or it would also work well playing length with it and bring it down. And I would love it low as well. So just a stunning piece that has been, since the moment I found it, a favorite. And this one sells for $5,900. And you would be about $1,000 off on it at the 15%. So let's see, $590 and half of that, yeah, about $900 off on it. So that one's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. And I have a sweet pin pendant that I want to show you. It's the last out of the case, and I have one more necklace. to circle back with. So this is, it's a really beautiful linear pin pendant. So here's the pin, here's the pendant hook, where I was talking about on that one piece. I don't know if it'll work on this. Let me see. Oh, it could. Actually, might work pretty well. Okay, I did get it to go on. Huh. Okay. That works. So I just popped that onto the piece I talked about earlier that would lend itself really nicely to a pin or a pendant that would hook on. There you go. So that's the look, right? Thumbs up, and it's a really pretty option. And so this piece sells for $595, and again, we would be about $90 off, so right around $500. It's a nice amount of sterling. It's got the 5 beautiful lighter colored stones that are in that softer pale. They actually do match up really nicely with this, but I also love a great pendant on a lapel or with a scarf or on a shawl, or pendants are, and also if you have a long braid, this would be a gorgeous piece in your braid. My hair was longer. I would do 2 bands and then hook it up and through with the pin, and then it could be pretty in your braid. It could also be stunning on a hat band, really, really stunning on a hat band. So, you know, like this, hoorah, would be gorgeous. So I don't expect that one to be around long. It's just got way too much versatility, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. And it is L. James is the designer, which is one of, I like the designs from that particular designer. They're always interesting, clean, and very worthy. All right. So that's it in the case. Take this piece back off. It's fun when it works like that. I actually had it in the case, and I did not pre-think that. But I love it when it comes together, and it just makes it a kind of meant to be. Very fun. Okay, and then the piece that I'm going to end with is the beautiful squash blossom that is the vintage piece. And this has been just a really fun, gorgeous piece to have in the collection. It is a really unique design. I had not seen, I'm sure they're out there, but I had not seen where the double, this kind of a design, and then the double pearls coming down. These are all handmade individual pearls, really stunningly beautiful. The nausea is clean, it's gorgeous. All the stones are matching, and it's just a really beautiful older specimen piece. Now again, you can make that longer. It's a right length for this scale of a squash blossom. You could go shorter, and it would be okay depending on the outfit you have and depending on your height. You certainly could, but I don't think that you need to. I think it's just really, it stands out. It's like, wow. So this piece is $7,500, and so you'd be around $1,100 off on it, roughly, a little bit more than that. So one to consider, it's an investment piece. You know, when they're in the older realm, you just don't see them again. They're a one and done. And there's lots of beautiful pieces out there. A lot of the older stuff is being grabbed into private collections, so it's harder to find. I have a guy who is a pretty good source out of the Arizona area who hunts for us and we buy from, and does a really great job for us. And this is one that he sleuthed, and he buys a lot of estate and all kinds of ways that he acquires pieces. But really a pretty, this one is an exceptionally pretty piece. So if you have any interest in any of those pieces, reach out to me. I'll work with you over the course of, the next 24 hours, and we'll see if we can, find you a great piece. I'll get you a price, and we can review what that would be, and I can get you close-up photos that are in better light. It's always tough to catch that right light until Cindy gets here, and maybe Cindy can help me figure out, because we got lights around the whole store, and it distorts. So I have all the lights in the store turned off right now, other than the case. But at any rate, I need a pro to come in and straighten me out on all that so that you can see the best picture. So again, why we've been going through the cases is all of our jewelry is not online right now. We're working at it. Cindy's coming in next week, and we'll have a big impact on that so that you can see these pieces closer up in better light. She'll be bringing her studio lighting and camera so she can shoot it on, you know, the bust forms and mannequin forms. And but in the meantime, I'll continue to click through as much as I can get through until Cindy gets here and starts to get it up and online. So if there's anything that triggered you, let me know, and we'll talk further tomorrow. I'll be in the store all day long. All right, friends. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you, and have a lovely evening.